Hello, my name is Devin Della Garza. My assignment was on Chapter 10, Emotional Message Appeals, Fear and Guilt. Specifically in the chapter, I'm going to talk about illusion of invulnerability. Illusion of invulnerability is the belief that one is less likely to experience negative life events than others. It is a barrier in persuasion because others feel that these negative life events won't happen to them. Three reasons people believe this is because they do not want to admit that life's misfortunes can befall them. They maintain a stereotype of a typical victim of negative events and maintain that they do not fit the mold. And people enjoying the pleasures of risky choices decide to offload the cost of these pleasures to the more mature adults that they'll become in the future. I had a similar experience with my home security. I had the experience of the illusion of invulnerability 2 years ago, and it resulted in negative consequences. 2 years ago, we did not have a security system installed, and I had never thought that we would need a security system or alarm or anything of that sort. I had never thought we needed these things because we lived in a small town where everyone knew each other, and because I had the belief that robberies and break-ins only happened on the bad side of town or places with more populated cities such as Austin or San Antonio or Houston. I would have never guessed in a million years that we would ever be anybody's target. One day I had left from my home and I went to go wash my car. I had only been gone for an hour, but when I came home, our back door was kicked down, all our belongings were gone, and that included our gun being gone as well. I was afraid and devastated, and I felt violated and vulnerable. The next morning, we had called and gotten a security system installed by ADT, but to this day I am still fearful and I still do not feel the sense of security that I once had. From my experience, I made inferences that the illusion of invulnerability can cause a false sense of security within your life. Having the illusion of invulnerability can be harmful to future decisions, and negative things can happen to people who don't make the right decision or to those who decide to take a risk. To transfer these inferences to other situations, it is important to not to have the illusion of invulnerability when making choices in school or in work and personal experiences. For example, in school, if you decide to take the risk to plagiarize and not cite your sources, you take the chance of getting expulsion from the school, getting expulsed from the school. If you decide to make a negative or ugly comment to another coworker, or decide to lie about your timesheet, or make that risk, you could get fired from work. And drinking and driving could lead to a DWI, or it could lead to death or killing someone else. These are just a few examples of how the illusion of invulnerability can lead to negative consequences. In my conclusion, from my experience, it is key to know that making risky decisions under an illusion of invulnerability can cause negative impacts on your life. Through my experience, other experiences, and studies found in the text, we can find ways to break this barrier when trying to persuade others of consequences and trying to get them to see the negative results of their risky choices. It is also wise to keep in mind as individuals that we are not invulnerable to anything, and to keep in mind that any risky decisions can lead to negative consequences. This is especially important, like I said before, when it comes to college, work, and your personal life. Always remember that bad things can happen to anybody. Thank you for your time.